Hello, seventh graders. Mr. Songer with you with lesson number 24. And for this lesson, we're going to do a written analysis of what I talk about here in this video. So just go ahead and start taking some notes. And it might not hurt to actually have your instrument out as well. And percussion, you can do this either on snare drum or on mallets. We're going to talk about two concepts today, and I want you to just again write down these concepts and talk about what they are. And like I said, if your instrument's out, it might be good for you to play them too. The first concept is that of a grace note. A grace note is, I'll show you a little picture here. A grace note is a note that is very small and occurs before the regular note. Usually has a little slash through it, and then it's usually slurred to the bigger note. So you see that slash to that little tiny note, and then you see a little slur that connects it to the regular note. A grace note is a note that doesn't have a specific rhythmic value to it. It's just a very quick note that takes place, almost think of like a pickup note into the regular note. For percussion, we call this a flam. You're very familiar with those as a percussionist. Sometimes woodwind and brass players think they'll just ignore the grace note. Don't ignore it. Try to play it. Let's say I have a flute here, and you can try this on your instruments too, whatever instrument you have. Let's say we have a grace note that goes from F to G. The grace note is an F, and then the regular, larger note is a G. And let's say I have like 4 of them in a row. I would play it like this. Like that. So you can see just that quick little like that, playing that F to G. And that's how you would play that grace note. And I just did it 2 different ways actually. The first way, I played those notes, my regular G's, long and sustained, like they had a tenuto. And then the last way I did it, I played it as if the G's had a staccato on them. So you still have to pay attention to the articulation markings too on the regular notes. So that's what a grace note is. The other concept is that of an 8th note triplet, and again I'll show that to you here. An 8th note triplet is 3 8th notes with a number 3 above them or below them, and sometimes you'll see a little bracket above or below the 3, or above or below the triplets too, but definitely the 3, and then the 3 8th notes barred together like this. Triplets are 3 beats, or 3 notes in 1 beat. 8th note triplets are. So if the beat of your song is 1, 2, 3, 4, we have to get 3 equal notes between those claps. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay. So if I'm playing some triplets here, 1, 2, ready, go. Those would be triplets. Okay. Triplets are faster than 8th notes because 8th notes are 2 notes per beat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And their triplets are slower than 16th notes, which are 4 notes in 1 beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So a lot of times in more challenging music, you're going to have 8th notes, triplets, and 16th notes. You have to know how to subdivide those notes. Subdividing is a huge concept that makes you a better player, where instead of just in your head thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, you're thinking those inner beats. So in a song where you have a lot of triplets, you're probably thinking 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplets, so that when you encounter the triplets in your music, you're already thinking about them in your head, and you have a better chance of playing them correctly. Okay? So those are the 2 concepts, grace notes and triplets. I'll just show them to you one more time in case you want to write them down on your analysis that you are writing or typing up. So grace notes and triplets. And that is it. Thank you, 7th graders.